1973 was among the greatest years of American turfdom as legendary Secretariat roared to the Triple Crown, transcending American culture. It was at Spokane's Lewis and Clark High School that same spring when a fledgling turf writer began sharing the achievements of Big Red, along with the exploits of a certain local legend named Turbulator, to his fellow students and faculty in the school's weekly paper. A career was born, and it was a match made in heaven: Jon Whitee and horse racing. The two have been synonymous for almost 5 decades, and today, Jon Whitee has become the inaugural recipient of the new media category of the Washington Thoroughbred Hall of Fame. A chart caller at age 19 at his hometown track of Playfair, a steward at age 24 at Yakima Meadows, Jon Whitee was the equivalent of a precocious 2-year-old. It all began in Spokane with his father, Quentin, ground superintendent at Indian Canyon Golf Course, who moonlighted in the money room at Playfair. Whitee was immediately intrigued and fascinated by thoroughbred racing.
So Jon Whitee is going into the Washington Racing Hall of Fame, the third person from Spokane County. 50 years, nearly to the day. What a career. And I was there at the beginning, the announcer and publicist at Playfair Racecourse, when Jon was hanging around the press box, bragging about how he'd been able to smuggle daily racing forms into his classes at Lewis and Clark High School. He became a protege of Bud Lyon, who had been a long time chart caller for the Daily Racing Form and correspondent. And one thing led to another, and Jon liked to brag about, not too long after that, how he cashed a big bet, especially considering thought it was a big bet, on a horse named Lack a Boss, who won a race, and Jon bought his first car that he called Lack a Boss.
On to California by age 25, where Whitee wrote about the greatest horsemen: Whittingham, Shoemaker, Pincay, Frankel, Stevens, and called charts on the greatest horses: John Henry, Lady's Secret, Ferdinand, Ali Sheba, Sunday Silence. But like a good thoroughbred, Whitee had gears, becoming a multimedia force: publicist, TV host, morning line maker, racing official. He did it all.
Hey, Jon, just wanted to congratulate you on this wonderful award. It's most deserving, 60-plus years in the making. You go on to be one of the great Washington breds of all time, along with your favorite horse, Turbulator. I just want to thank you for everything you contributed to the sport over the years, and every endeavor that you had, whether it was as a journalist, calling charts, a steward, making the morning line, and all the other things that you've done over the years. You've done everything with integrity and purpose. You're a lodestar for everybody, and more importantly than all of that, you're my friend.
Jon's byline appeared in publications coast to coast: Blood Horse, Los Angeles Times, Thoroughbred Record, Canadian Horse, Washington Thoroughbred, and for 20 years, a weekly column for ExpressBet.com. As longtime line maker for Santa Anita and Del Mar, Whitee provided the official morning lines for no less than 8 Breeders' Cups. His meticulous methods creating accurate numbers on North American and European runners alike. In 1993, Whitee joined Santa Anita as a television commentator for the track's simulcast network. And in 2002, he became the first on-air host hired by the national television network HRTV. Other television duties were co-hosting coverage of the Long Acres Mile with Joe Whitee and Bob Rondo. Jon received several industry awards, including the 2003 Mark Kaufman Media Award for racing and breeding coverage in Washington, the 2019 Joe Hirsch Memorial Award for a story on Justify's run to the 2018 Triple Crown, and a 2013 piece entitled Turbulator, Washington's Favorite Son, received honorable mention by American Horse Publications. Whitee has been a tireless advocator for Washington breds, especially Turbulator, whom he honors on his California license plate. Jon Whitee now shares something in common with Tubby. Both are in the Washington Thoroughbred Hall of Fame.